Hi, my name is Andrew Radzik. I'm here on behalf of the Wilderness Committee. And I would like to begin by saying congratulations on putting together such a great meeting. Your security staff has been awesome. They've asked a couple of 10-year-old girls to leave because they were being a little bit rowdy in the hallway. Having nice big security guards around them is a really classy move. But, you know, it says a lot about this process. So, you know. Now, I have a number of questions and a number of comments. So I see that there on the local community consultation board, it's got a number of names and groups, including the wilderness committees. Now, the Wilderness Committee may have been consulted, but we don't in any way, shape, or form think this project is a good idea. How many of those groups up there said the same thing to you? Did you keep track of that? Is that anyone that I can find on our website?
Hang on.
If you are a report in the PBA, we have a comprehensive outline of what we did in terms of consultation. We've also identified in the PBA that the Western Canadian Wilderness Committee was opposed to the project.
Okay. How many of those, that's a really nice looking board. Someone comes in and they'll think, wow, all those groups got consulted. How many of those groups, weren't into this project?
Well, I can't read the board from where I am.
We'll bring it up.
Someone bring it up to you.
Want some answers?
I haven't taken it away.
You interrupted, and I'm going to interrupt you.
I haven't taken it away.
Yeah. No, answer to us.
Answer the question.
Well, look, if you answer the question, nobody would be getting upset right now.
Answer the question.
Answer it.
I do not know off the top of my head how many people on this list oppose the project. I would have to go back to my notes.
Ask
What
the panel.
Right away.
What are you here for then?
You've had your question answered.
Okay, so,
He doesn't know.
all right, so my comment on that would be, I think it might be a good idea if you give people who are coming to these public consultations an accurate picture of what these groups you consulted with really said.
So the answer to that question will be certainly in the final report, and then if you go to the current report, he indicates that they're there. He just doesn't recall.
Okay, I really do think though that it's probably incumbent on you, if you're going to have these names on this list, to tell people what they really said. Okay, I have a question now. On February 24th, there was one of these open house public hearing things up in Squamish. And during that, Jacob, you said, and I'm quoting here, that the Brandywine Creek project has run, this is a direct quote, flawlessly. Now, I've heard that you guys had a problem with bacteria in your penstock, had to shut down for, I think it was 30 days, might be 45 days, and that cost you guys over $1 million of revenue. That's what I've read on your website. Do you think that, now, this I guess is a question for you, but I'd love to hear what the crowd thinks of this as well. Do you think that really constitutes flawlessly?
Nice.
Congratulations, man.
I think I said the project is operating flawlessly.
Okay, do you really think that having to shut it down because of a bacterial infection in your penstock is...
Well, the bacteria naturally occurs in the water.
Oh, I'm sure it does, but...
as it does in all the streams.
So do you, any projects that run flawlessly run basically 11 months a year, or however long you have to shut them down for whatever reason?
There's at least 3 projects in there that have the same issue.
Okay, so in other words...
And it naturally occurs in the water. So
Sure, no, I understand that, but is it accurate to describe it as being a flawless...
I think I said the project was performing flawlessly.
Actually, you said run flawlessly, but I got that in my notes, I can submit them to the process if you'd like. So I find it interesting. I don't know, for me that doesn't seem like a particularly flawless way to run a project.
Okay.
Also, I'd like to ask, this is sort of similar to some questions that have gone before, but it relates directly to this comment sheet here, this park boundary adjustment comment sheet. Number 5 questions, do you have any comments regarding the potential economic impacts of the proposed project on the economy? And my question for you is, if we don't see the projections of your revenue, if we don't see how much BC Hydro, or at least how much you expect BC Hydro is going to pay to you, if we don't see what the potential cost is down the road for us, how do we know what the economic impacts are? How can you ask us that question if you're not giving us all the information we need to make that judgment?
Parks. As part of this process, we ran the BC input-output model, which I've already explained is an econometric model that identifies the economic benefits to the province, to the feds, and the GDP generated as a result of this project. That is a requirement that illustrates to you what the project benefits are to the province.
Okay, so just to know, the GDP would go up if we end up paying a lot more and you guys make a lot of profit on it, correct? And finally, I have one more question. This is for the gentleman from BC Parks. Why are we having this process? When this park was created, hydro was specifically excluded. It's a Schedule D park. Class A park Schedule D says no logging, no mining, and no hydro. Why are we going through this process?
We're going through this process for precisely that reason. It's a Class A park, as you noted, and the proposal can't be allowed in a Class A park. There is a process in place, which we're going through now, to determine whether or not it's in the public interest to change the boundaries of the park.
Okay.
Right, and what is the... Whoa. You've asked the man a question, please let him finish.
He wants to finish.
Okay, go ahead.
My follow-up question is, what is the public interest that's being served here?
I can't comment on what the public interest is here. That's why you have a politician.
Okay. No, that's fine. I mean, it's not his fault. But I do think that if there's a public interest that's at stake here and the person from BC Parks can't comment on it, somebody from the Ministry of the Environment should be here to comment on that.